Hey everybody, it's Steve, and I'm here in Hollywood with, guess who?
Scott.
Scott, remember Scott from Toronto? I'll put his URL.
Scott on Tape.
Scott on Tape, YouTube channel. Now, if you are a music fan, then you recognize this hotel sign probably. This used to be called the Landmark, now it's called the Highland Gardens. So Scott just got here, I have to take off, and so he's hopefully going to be able to take a tour. I just took a tour. The owner, Jack, is just the nicest guy ever. And this hotel is so impressive. I was not expecting. Janis Joplin stayed here, and Jim Morrison, and Jimi Hendrix, and I'll tell you the story about that Jack, the owner, just told me. So I'm really impressed. So hopefully Jack is still here, and he'll give Scott a tour.
Canadian charm.
Yeah, and you got a lot. You got that in spades.
I don't know about that.
Thanks for joining me on another trip down memory lane. So Janis Joplin stayed in this room, and Jim Morrison stayed in the room right next door. And you can stay here too. And the prices are reasonable. Jack, the owner, was telling me that the prices vary depending on the day or the holiday or when you stay, but it's normally in the 200 range, which is very reasonable for being just a block or two from the Dolby Theater where they hold the Oscars. Chinese Theater is just a block or so away. This is really a great location. I've been wanting to come here for many, many years, so I'm happy I did. I'm so happy that Jack was here to show me around and give me a tour and give me the history of this really historic hotel. Look how beautiful this is. I was expecting it to be much older and not half as nice as this. It looks like they've just recently remodeled. Janis Joplin spent her last night on the planet here in this room on October 4th, 1970, and she was 27 years old. I had seen her in concert just up the street a few blocks at the Hollywood Bowl a year before in 1969, and I was a huge fan. And obviously I wasn't the only one, and over the years, fans have stayed here in this room and turned her closet into something of a shrine. So I lucked out today because the previous guests had already checked out, the room had been cleaned, and the guest checking in later today hadn't arrived yet. So the owner, Jack, offered to give me a tour of the room and the hotel and to tell me a little bit about the history of the hotel.
And so we put glass on top of it just to preserve it so nobody comes.
Oh yeah, cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, we leave some Sharpies up here in case anybody else wants to leave notes. We get a lot of her fans that come and stay in this room. Okay, I think we have somebody today checking in for 2 days, and they're just fans of hers.
Now, do you charge more on October 4th?
We do, but we usually have a person
Who stays every year?
who stays every year, who's a friend of hers at the time. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty.
I mean, show the kitchen.
Yeah.
Now, did Jim Morrison really stay here too?
He did. Yeah, we have back in the 70s when people stayed in a hotel, they would always sign in with a sign-in book at the front desk.
And you still have that?
We have that. Yeah,
That should probably be in a museum somewhere, huh?
I know. Yeah, it's a pretty cool piece. So we went through the book, and we found a bunch of these bands from the 70s who had stayed here.
Well, this is a very nice room.
Yeah, thank you.
So that's the closet in there. And I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. Or I did get your name, I forgot.
Jack. Yeah, I'm Jack. Yeah.
Jack. And you're the manager or the owner?
I'm the owner.
The owner.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they have kept a few of the items from when Janis stayed in this room. The cupboards in the kitchen, the bathroom, the closet, and these cupboards and closets here.
And then there was a Jim Morrison room.
Who's he singing this?
The Doors.
Well, that's him, yeah.
Oh, you're too young. You're really young, aren't you?
I don't remember this.
Yeah. And then there was a room upstairs that he stayed in. I can show you that.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Paul Kantner stayed in this room, and I think he recently just passed away.
You know, I just visited his gravesite, and up in Colma, just
Oh wow.
by San Francisco, just south of San Francisco.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, Jefferson Airplane, they were fantastic.
Yeah, they were.
Well, all of these groups were awesome.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
So Jimi Hendrix stayed here too.
Yeah, the Moody Blues, Soul Train was here.
Wow.
So many different bands. I gotta bring that book in. I actually have that book at my house. There's a room here too. This is a Jim Morrison room on a different day. So in August he stayed here.
Oh wow. So this was the book that verifies that they actually stayed here.
All their signatures are still in there.
So this book is going to be in the Smithsonian or something, or you can sell it for, you know, make enough money to buy Janis's car back.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now see, it seems like this side might be better because it overlooks the pool, right?
This side overlooks the garden.
The garden?
That side overlooks the street, and it's interesting how she stayed in that room on the first floor. The only thing I could think of as to why she would stay there would be maybe she was buying drugs from the balcony.
Right from the window.
People could come to the window and she could open it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually funny because my office is here, but you can see I have this little model car. A friend of mine, he knew that I liked that car and that I wanted it. So when it was my birthday, one of my buddies, he bought me this.
Oh wow.
Right here. And so that was her.
A little less than 1.5 or 1.4.
Exactly. Yeah, he found it for me.
Does it say Janis or anything on it?
It should. It should say. Yeah, it says Janis Joplin on it.
Oh my god.
It says a 65 Porsche 360 Cabriolet.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
On the second floor, right above the check-in desk, is one of the coolest rooms I've ever seen. It was designed by Anthony Ballatore, who was the season 4 champion on HGTV's Design Star. A show on the hotel itself.
They did. Yeah, yeah. So they came in and we let them do this room. And the designer signature is on the door.
Oh, okay, so that's who it is.
Yeah, that's Antonio Ballatore.
Oh, yeah, okay. I really love their House Hunters show, but I don't watch too many of the other shows.
Yeah.
The decorating shows.
If you look up Highland Gardens Hotel Rock and Roll Room, you'll find some of the episode online also.
Oh wow, look at that.
Of this room.
Revenge. That is so cool. Look at that.
Yeah, so they came in and they said, can we feature one of your rooms in an episode? And we said, sure.
And now is this like a party room, or like people book this out when they stay here for, you know, to have a party or something?
Yeah, we get a lot of people who go out to nightclubs and things in Hollywood where they come here for birthdays and special occasions. So they'll rent this room out, and there's a bedroom in here too.
In here?
In the back.
Oh.
They painted that
Oh
headboard.
wow, this is cool. So how much is this room?
This room is $299 a night.
Huh, that's not really bad for
Yeah.
Hollywood. I mean, you're a block away from where they do the Academy Awards, where they have the Academy Awards.
Yeah.
Love the cockroach.
Yeah, they put that on there. Yeah, you gotta have one of those.
Now, who is that? I don't.
That's I'm not even sure who that is. They put that up there.
Huh. It's like kind of perfect, and the TV's perfect for the room too.
Yeah, it's time they wanted it to be like period correct.
Wow, this is great. Purple shag carpet.
Purple shag, which was very expensive.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, because it's probably harder to find now.
Yeah, and then here they graffitied the bathroom.
Oh wow.
And they took a picture of Hollywood Boulevard, the stars, and they printed it on the top of this.
Oh my god, that's a great idea. They should have put a Janis star or a Jimi Hendrix star or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
They probably maybe for copyright or something. They don't know. Oops.
Probably. Yeah.
Look at this! Wow. This is a cool room. I mean, is this booked out a lot?
Not a lot.
No?
No, I have certain customers who request this room.
Of all the bathrooms that I've ever visited, I can say that this is without a doubt my favorite. Now I'm going to head outside to the back and show you the pool area. And you'll also notice that right here in the lobby at the check-in desk, they have photos of some of the other famous people who have stayed here. From the front, the hotel looks pretty small, but once you go out to the back, you realize that it's actually pretty large. And here's a map that they give to guests. According to Jack, the hotel was built in 1955 by a pretty prominent mid-century modern architect. So not only is the hotel a rock and roll and celebrity landmark, it's also something of a mid-century modern architectural landmark here in Hollywood. I'm curious, have any of you stayed here? Please let us know about your visit in the comments section down below. I know the next time I spend the night in Hollywood, this is where I'll be staying. So I really want to thank Jack for the tour today, and I also want to give a shout out and a big thank you to my latest Patreon supporters, Trish McFerrin, Gary Mayo, Amy Dalen, and James H. Your postcards will go out in the mail this week. I also want to give a shout out and a thank you to Ruben Leal for sending me these photos from in front of Janis Joplin's home and from the Museum of the Gulf Coast that hosts her memorabilia collection, and both are in Port Arthur, Texas. If you'd like to receive a postcard that I pick up from one of my trips, click the link down below and become a Patreon of this channel. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and clicking the bell so you'll be notified when I upload future videos like this one. So until next time, thanks for sharing the memories.